everyone and welcome back to Storytime. So today's Storytime is special because today is International Literacy Day, focusing on children's literacy and the importance of literacy in our communities locally and globally. So I thought today would be a great opportunity to do Storytime, and I've actually created an activity to go along with the story, and we're going to talk about all the different learning that we can do with that as well, and you can watch it after Storytime. So our story today is called Bring Me a Rock, and it's by Daniel Miyares. So we'll get right into it. You can all see. Good. So bring me a rock. Bring me a rock. See, everyone's got rocks. Little king is standing on his rock. The bigger, the better. I will have a majestic pedestal fit for a king. So you can see all the bugs in the land are carrying their rocks to the king to look at. That'll do. Yawn. Next, please. Is that the best you've got? You can see this bug comes with a pebble. King doesn't look very impressed. He's the beginning of his pedestal. I need big rocks, not puny pebbles. Be gone, little bug. You can see him walking back with his pebble while the other insects bring their big rocks. At last, my throne is complete. See them all helping him up onto his throne, the big rocks. There's a little bug here who had his pebble. We can lounge as they all sit down at the bottom. Oh no! Help! His pedestal is crumbling, falling. Comes the little bug again with his pebble. I have an idea. What he needs is a pebble. So he can place the pebble right there on top of the pedestal. You saved my life. However, can I repay you? Thinks about it. Bring me those rocks. See, they all have pedestals now, all even. That's the end of this book. So I love this book because it's a great visual book that has very few words, but is very simple. So it's great for beginner literacy, for reading, and this is a great one that goes with the great activities. So we're going to talk more about that activity and the learning with this book now. So this is the activity I've created for this book, and I used my Tuff tray and I just threw in a grass mat, pebbles of all different shapes, colors, and textures and sizes, some insects. I used the jumbo insects from Learning Resources to create this activity, and I really wanted to represent the book very easily and simply, that you can also play with this activity many different ways. So a big part of stories and literacy is comprehending the story and extending the learning based on said stories. So what's great about Bring Me a Rock is it's such a visual story. So you want to create a visual, impactful small world to go along with the story. And what's great is, since you can play through the story, you can talk about all the characters. Can you identify the characters we see in the book? Can you play through the story as we comprehend the story? Or you can read the story and then ask children to recreate the story or play through the story after you're done. And what's great about this story as well is that you can see it set up based on different parts of the story. So I used different pebbles of different sizes and textures. I used characters, so you can see that some characters are carrying bigger pebbles, smaller pebbles, pebbles of different sizes and shapes, because the pedestal really is made of all kinds of different rocks. So you really want to embody that. And you can ask your students or your children when they're creating their own pedestal for the king. I've already got one set up here with pebbles that are easily stacked. Can you create a pedestal of all the pebbles you see? Can you create a pedestal of 6 rocks, let's say? Can you create a pedestal with multiple different types of pebbles? And you can talk about why some pebbles work together better than others. Is it about size? Is it about shape? How tall can you stack it? Should you try assembling it more than just up? Can you use a base? Like, those are all great different ways to build on the story as well as build their skills. And you can see we are practicing balance by placing different pebbles on each of the characters and having them carry them over there. I created like a little crown so we could acknowledge the king. But another great way to play through this story is by talking about, what do you notice that's the same as the book? Maybe it's different. Can you identify all the characters? What kind of insects do we see in the book versus here? And these are all great different ways to build upon the story. So really what we want to talk about with literacy is more than just knowing the alphabet, reading books, knowing sight words. It's about how we're comprehending the story. So this play tray is a great way to help understand what kids have comprehended from the story and where we can build upon the story from here. And since this book is so visual and the activity is very visual, it gives kids a real opportunity to explore, and you can ask, different moral questions as well. Is what the king did wrong? How can we work together positively to create him a pedestal, or a pedestal for each of the characters? And can we do it with different materials? So I love this book, I love this activity, and I hope you do too. It was very simple, and I will link everything that I used, and I will link the book in our bio for you to have a look at. And I hope you enjoyed this. Happy International Literacy Day, and we will see you for Storytime next time. Bye!